afternoon, 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Waiting for parents to jump on to the Google Meets. I'll be sitting here for about 15 to 30 minutes. I'm mostly doing an information session on the Saturday labs that I'll be running. So if you have questions, you are more than welcome to ask them inside the comment area. I should probably put I don't know what the Google Meets doesn't have. Okay, there it is. Google Meet code. So if you want to see the presentation, this is the code for the room. EWS MQWT MPWT MPWT dash JZ. There you go. So that's the Google Meets if you want to see the presentation. Just waiting for people to log on. Questions can be asked through the comment section. So I'll be here about 15-30 minutes. If people are logging on, maybe longer. Who knows? So I am just sitting here because I need to upload this stuff to my web page that I built, in case anybody wants access to what I did. Don't want that. Plugins, yes. Maybe. Not sure what that is. But yeah. So the Exploring Computer Science for the Saturday Labs will happen all the way into December. So each week I'll have one project available. We're gonna work through it together. The first probably couple are very easy. Like in September, there are we're probably gonna do more than one a week, but mostly it's gonna be a lot of intro and getting used to writing the code. But yeah, it's just if you want to be a part of it, I can give you the details on what you need to participate. You don't need to be in high school. You don't need to be in school, essentially. If you just want to know a little bit about coding, a little bit about computer science, you can buy the kit. I suggest that you have a laptop at least. Mostly because the coding will be required to make the lights move around and stuff like that. So make sure you guys understand what the whole process is if you plan to join me. I'm just messing with my website since nobody's on the Google Meets. But I can see people are joining the Facebook Live. Probably just people I know. But let's see. So the page, or not the page, but the presentation looks like that. I'll make it so that it's available online if you want to like just look through it. But the second session will happen next Saturday. Just if you have questions, you can ask at any time. But if you want to talk to me in person, like right now, when I'm trying to make myself available before all the questions get piled up, it's one of the worst things about this is like people hear about it like way later. So I'm taking the month to just introduce myself, get people's information. If people are interested, or I don't know, if you're an adult that wants to try this, that's awesome. Like I'm more than willing to help you build something. there's a huge amount of potential for it. That's the cool thing. There's a couple. Ooh, we got one person here. That's awesome. Well, I guess it's me and me because I'm presenting. Never mind. Got excited for no reason. But anyways, these kits are really cheap. Like they're super cheap. They're like $60 right now. I think they're on sale for $51 on Amazon. But if you're interested in it, just go to Amazon and search. I'll put this in the chat too. The kit. Just so you guys have the text if you don't want to know what the kit looks like. 2560 mega. That's the one I'm using. There's smaller ones. They're like, they vary depending on what your project is. And if you don't want to buy the full one, I think the smaller ones will work for some of the projects. I found out through teaching this a couple of times that actually there's pieces missing. So like it's not like meeting any kind of specific tutorial. It's just like a kit for overall, like you get everything that you need to just build what you want to build. And like I'm trying to push students to do more of a weather project kind of thing, where they like go outside and measure the temperature, measure the humidity, things like that. But there's also like potential for like solar projects that would be pretty cool, heating projects, just whatever. So let's see. Now the cool thing about this little thing that I built, it's not in PowerPoint. I don't really like PowerPoint because it has all kinds of issues with images and stuff like that, and you can't really figure it out. You gotta like right click and do all this. I prefer writing the code. So this is like just a slide view. This is like the whole presentation that I have, so you can see an overview of all the slides. And the cool thing about it is some of these are like gathered together, so some of the slides are related to one another. So just some extra information, my name, and then all of a sudden I get into these two things. I'm being guided by Utah State Standards here just to give me some information on where to go next, because I'm not very good at like making things up, and it's better to just be able to follow somebody. But I am following a curriculum guide for the content. I am pretty much making up the lessons as they go along. So yeah, this is the presentation. It'll be available. I'll get a link going afterwards. But here's like a quick thing. Instead of like going through all the slides, you can just press escape and you can look at all the slides all at once. So it's nice and formatted. But this one right here, it also like jumps to different parts of the page. So like I only want to know about the kit, so you just click and it'll take you to that slide only. So it's like a directory kind of thing, so you don't have to like go through the whole thing. But that will be available online, just so you know. But yeah, I'll just be talking a little bit about these areas here, some extra information. So welcome. Here's what we're going to be talking about, just who I am. This will all be a web page soon. I'm just uploading it. It just takes time. We're going to explore some of the concepts. There's 3 of them. There's the computer science overall, talking about computers, talking about social media, talking about like different pieces of what I want to cover in the area. And then again, it's governed by the Utah state standards. So just be aware that like it's not like I'm making it up on the spot. I know exactly what I need to teach next. The thing is, the lessons aren't built, so I have to build them myself. Some extra information here for you. The program is located in Utah. That's where I am. It is available to anybody that has internet access who's interested. So it's not like only Utah residents can participate. Non-traditional grading. It's not like A, B, C, D. It's more like a feedback kind of procedure where you build the projects. Does it work? If not, we gotta like work together to figure out why it's not working the way we thought. And then of course kits will be required by September. So in August, I'll just be doing general labs, like just to get you up to date on what's going on. And I'm also doing informational things. And I do have partnerships with different groups. Back at the front here, USU, Upward Bound, and Whitehorse High School are sort of a part of this. They are providing some of the kits that people will be getting for free. Other potential partners, I have some friends that work with NASA that want to support, or I don't know what the right word was, it just disappeared in my head, but it's like just being able to buy you the kit. Like they just want to support you coming in and being a part of this, essentially. So I'll have more information on that later, but for now it's just those people. And then like I'll get more people going if people want to donate to buy other kids kits, or if kids want to apply to me and say, can I get one? And I'll try to my best to like get it to those that are in need. So of course, this is my information. It's out there. It will be in there if you guys ever need to reach me or wonder who I am, just in general. So here, this is like the first strand. This is the computer science strand that I'm following. So like there's 4 different strands inside this. This is for admins and teachers just to know like where they are, and it kind of gives you an idea of how long it'll take to do the content area. I'm not really 100% behind the timing on it, because 6 to 8 weeks to learn the components and uses of a computer. They have like a lot of, like, if you guys want to check it, you guys can click and it'll go down to what you should be able to do after completing strand 1. Compare and contrast options for hardware and operating system and software. Man, like these performance skills, I can't even see a lot of adults doing it. Like it is a hard thing to do, to compare and contrast options for hardware, especially if you're just like looking at a computer to purchase. That's one of the things I wanted to talk to parents about, is like, what kind of computer do I need? Like, what kind of computer does my child need? They're doing online schooling. Do I need to buy them an Apple computer? Like, that's usually what they go to. It looks nice, yeah. But, like, I could give you advice. I had given advice for it before, but, like, you don't need to go all out the first time you buy a computer. I learned that the hard way when I went to college. I thought I needed like the best, the optimal one. But later I found out that I wanted something that was more like storage. Like I needed something, I really got into computer programming and like understanding how computers work. And I bought a MacBook back when I was in college, and I regretted it because I needed space. Like I needed more space than a laptop was allowed to give at the time. I think I don't even remember how much space there was, but it was way too much, or it was way too little. I needed a desktop. That's what I need. I was mostly studying in my room rather than the library or anything, so I didn't need to go study somewhere. I was usually studying at my room, so I should have bought a desktop. I should not have bought a laptop. That's one of the things. Oh, my wife makes iced coffee, so love it. But anyways, so that's like one of the strands is like that was the just part A of the performance skill that your kid needs to have by the time we finish that first part. And like these kits will kind of give them an idea of what the motherboard looks like, what the RAM looks like, stuff like that. There's all kinds of things. In the second strand, they need to learn the characteristics that make certain tasks easy or difficult for computers. Like that that is already like way above anybody's head. Like, how do you know, do computers struggle? Like, is that a thing? Like, these new computers should not be doing that. They don't struggle. They don't. Like, that's a general thought. And that's actually a myth. Computers do struggle depending on what task you're giving them based on the hardware that they have installed. And a lot of people don't know that. That's actually one of the things that I like talking to students about, is that they usually ask, well, that makes this computer or this operating system better than the other operating system. And I'm like, it depends on the hardware, really. It really does. Like, people say HP is bad or Dell is bad, but to be honest, they just probably aren't shopping for the right computer components. They're probably just looking at the box or like the marketing display. You really got to pay attention to some of the numbers. I'm just trying to point out that, you know, everybody struggles with this, and they want the kids to have that skill after completing that strand. So you guys can go through a couple of, when I give you guys this, the Utah core standards for computer science. Yeah, I'm one of 2 teachers in the entire Utah state that teaches computer science. 1 and 2. They are trying to get more of the schools, but by, I don't know, in the next 4 or 5 years, I think they have a 4-year plan that they want Utah to have computer science on level with math and language arts. Like, they're going to be both required. It is like a lot of information. I know it's sort of related, but you know, that's right. The second one, I go through the programming standards. I'm not going to go through all of them, but programming is different than computer science. Is talking about how computers think, the hardware, the software, just like getting an idea of just the whole computer world. Okay, everything in that world for computers. That's computer science. Now, actually typing code, putting your hands on a keyboard and talking to the computer, that's a programming. You want the computer to do something for you. And that's why I like these kits, is you can see, I have a kit right here. My friend Josh, he told me to get a multimeter, so I did. See, Josh, I got a multimeter. Wires. I don't know. You guys can, I don't need you to get a multimeter, but I got one because Josh suggested it. Josh works for really high up in the government. He works for a lot of government because he does a lot of research. So when he says get a multimeter, I'm like, how much is it and where do I get it from? So I'm just looking through my kit and I just noticed that so this right here, this is the board that students will be working with. Okay, it has, this is essentially the motherboard for all computers. Like, it doesn't look like that exactly, but it does. It does what it needs to do. And then of course the breadboard. Computers usually don't have a breadboard. A breadboard is made so that you can plug and pull out wires. Mostly in computers, you either have soldered wires or like connectors that just like USB ports, for example. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but it looks like an extension to a power cable. But anyways, USB ports for power, those different things. I think there's a switch. There's a switch going on. I haven't used it yet, so that's why. And then they got all these other sensors. They got a heat sensor. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but I really want to use it. It's like a little dome thing here. Oh, here. This. I really want to use that. It's a motion sensor, but I would really like to use it because my son keeps unlocking the front door and leaving. He's almost 3. And he figured out how to climb over baby gates. Dude, he is an escape artist. I hate it so much, but I'm trying to build things that keep him contained. Probably won't work. But anyways, yeah. So the next area after programming is the actual kit. There's a link there. It's called an Elegoo Mega 2560 project kit. So it's supposed to have the most complete components. So hopefully we will not struggle. We have students struggle before in the past. So I would hope that you should buy at least 2 kits for the household because parents get interested definitely. And if they want to join along, it's good to have 2 kits to work together or just to have. But yeah, and then I have this list of potential jobs, and they all pay very well. Okay, there is an extremely low turnout for people that can fill these jobs, mostly because the people that have the skill are self-taught. That's one of the things is most of the a lot of these things are self-taught, and they're just now getting to the point where just like, oh my gosh, he knows what he's doing, maybe he should have this position, like just barely. So it is kind of a technical job. You do need to know how to type quickly, but yeah, they're struggling to fill in positions like this. Just be aware that these jobs are all available. Like, people are looking everywhere. The whole U.S., not even just the U.S. Cross seas. Everybody wants somebody who can fill one of those positions. They are incredibly useful positions. Like, even if you don't want those positions, people can make a lot just working on their own. If you can do mobile development, you could just be a freelancer and add to different projects. And like one of the questions I get is like, how do you become self-taught? What I'm doing is self-teaching. Like, they literally don't have a certificate for Arduino users because Arduino is like an open source kind of thing. Everything that we're going to use for this project will be open source, free. There's no purchasing for a lot of the software that we're going to be using because people just keep adding to the projects because people want to build. Like, I want to build. It's super fun to do, but my job is teaching, so I'm not a very good builder. I'm okay. I can understand the concepts, it's just applying them I'm not the best at. If somebody asks, like, can you build a solar panel array? Yes, I can go do that. But if like somebody said, can you build something for me that can do that, just something, I'm at a loss. I can't do that. I'm not like a creative kind of person. I don't know what that question means. But a lot of people don't, but some people are really good at inventing, so whatever. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, I'll put out that website soon, and I'll be back here next Saturday doing this again. covering the same material. So if you miss it the first time, the second time around will come, and then there's a third time. So if you bought the kit and you're like, what do I do now? You can definitely jump in and ask questions. In September, I will be doing this during the weekday, plus maybe on some weekends. I love my weekends. I don't want to be here doing this all the time. Well, actually, I kind of do, but don't tell anybody that. So, you know, if you saw the Facebook Live, or if you're on Google Meets, or you just want to use an email, I will share that link with you guys soon. Those of you that jumped on, thank you. Tell everybody. I want to upload this, and you guys can watch it again if you like.